The Indian and Pacific Oceans are the arteries of global trade, stretching across half the planet and connecting billions of people. These vast waters are not just geographical features, they are the lifelines that keep the world's economies running, linking distant continents and cultures in a web of commerce and exchange. Every day, thousands of cargo ships traverse these oceans, carrying everything from raw materials to finished goods, connecting continents and fueling economies on an unprecedented scale. From oil tankers threading their way through the narrow and volatile Strait of Hormuz, to massive container ships navigating the crowded lanes of the South China Sea, these waters are essential for commerce, stability, and the daily lives of people everywhere. The uninterrupted flow of goods across these routes underpins everything from global supply chains to local markets. Disruptions here, whether from piracy, conflict, or power plays, can send shockwaves through the global economy, impacting everything from gas prices in America to electronics in Europe, and even the food on your table. The Indo-Pacific is now the epicenter of global geopolitics, where the interests of major powers converge and sometimes collide. Its importance is only growing with Asia's economic rise, as cities and ports across the region become engines of innovation, manufacturing, and trade. Ensuring these waters remain free and open is vital for all nations invested in global order, prosperity, and peace. The security of these sea lanes is a shared responsibility. The idea of a free and open Indo-Pacific is more than a slogan. It's a vision for peaceful, rules-based navigation, respect for sovereignty, and cooperation among nations, big and small. But this vision faces new challenges from shifting power dynamics, rising ambitions, and unresolved territorial disputes that threaten to destabilize the region. No single nation can secure these waters alone. It demands collaboration, trust, and joint action among like-minded partners who share a commitment to peace and stability. The future of global commerce and international law depends on how we steward these oceans, balancing competition with cooperation and ensuring that the rules of the sea are respected by all. In this context, India's expanding maritime role is coming into sharp focus, as the nation steps up to safeguard these vital waters and shape the future of the Indo-Pacific. For decades, India's security focus was firmly rooted in its land borders, shaped by its long history of territorial disputes and the need to safeguard its vast frontiers. The image of Indian soldiers standing vigilant at remote checkpoints or patrolling rugged mountains has long defined the nation's defense priorities. But today, a remarkable transformation is underway. India is embracing its maritime identity with renewed vigor, stepping confidently into the role of a security provider in the Indo-Pacific, a region that is fast becoming the world's strategic center of gravity. As analyst Dhruva Jaishankar observes, India is no longer content to be a passive beneficiary of maritime security provided by others. Instead, it is taking on a more assertive role, actively patrolling vital sea lanes, deterring threats, and ensuring the safe passage of global commerce through some of the world's busiest waters. This strategic shift is a direct response to China's expanding influence and growing military presence across the Indo-Pacific. As Beijing projects power far beyond its shores, India recognizes the need to safeguard its own interests and those of its partners. With its enviable geographic position, straddling the Indian Ocean and boasting a coastline of over 7,500 kilometers, India is uniquely placed at the heart of the Indo-Pacific chessboard. Its ports, islands, and naval bases are critical nodes in the region's security architecture. India's leaders now understand that protecting national interests in the 21st century demands a proactive, outward-looking maritime strategy. This means not just defending the homeland, but also shaping the broader security environment. To achieve this, India is investing heavily in modernizing and expanding its navy, building new warships, acquiring advanced submarines, and upgrading its maritime surveillance capabilities. Equally important, India is deepening partnerships with like-minded nations, participating in joint exercises, sharing intelligence, and working together to uphold a stable, rules-based order at sea. The Indo-Pacific is simply too vast and complex for any single navy to police alone. India's willingness to share the burden of security is welcomed by Washington, Tokyo, Canberra, and other regional powers, who see New Delhi as an indispensable partner. By increasing its naval presence, India is helping to build a resilient, multi-layered security network, one that makes the region less vulnerable to domination or coercion. India's actions speak volumes, from delivering humanitarian aid after natural disasters to conducting anti-piracy patrols and escorting merchant vessels through dangerous waters. These efforts demonstrate that India is a reliable partner, deeply committed to freedom of navigation and the rule of law. In many ways, India is reclaiming its historical maritime legacy, once a hub of ancient trade and seafaring power, and is now shaping the future of the world's most dynamic region, determined to ensure peace, stability, and prosperity for all. India's commitment to maritime security is clear in the Indian Navy's expanded operations. Indian warships now patrol from the Gulf of Aden to the Strait of Malacca, and even into the Pacific, signaling India's intent to safeguard its interests. These missions include anti-piracy patrols, monitoring shipping lanes, and building maritime domain awareness. Persistent presence deters illicit activity and reassures regional partners. India's Navy regularly joins multinational exercises like Malabar, boosting interoperability and trust with allies. Modernization is key. New domestically built ships and carriers enhance India's reach and autonomy. This focus on indigenous capability ensures long-term strategic independence. As the Navy grows, India's influence as a maritime guardian will only increase. China's rapid military expansion is the main driver behind India's maritime pivot. Beijing's modernization has transformed the PLA into a high-tech force, with a navy now the world's largest by ship count. China's new carriers, destroyers, and submarines project power far beyond its shores, challenging U.S. dominance and unsettling neighbors. Investments in unmanned systems and cyber warfare further tilt the balance. China's assertive foreign policy, militarizing islands, pressuring Taiwan, raises regional tensions. For India, China's military buildup is a direct strategic challenge, demanding a robust response at sea. India and China's rivalry isn't just at sea, it's raw and immediate along their Himalayan border. The 2020 Galwan Valley clash shattered decades of confidence building, replacing it with deep mistrust. Both sides have since deployed thousands of troops, creating a volatile standoff. India now faces the prospect of a two-front conflict, Pakistan to the west, China to the north and east. This makes securing India's maritime flank even more urgent. A strong navy deters Chinese adventurism in the Indian Ocean and prevents encirclement. The border standoff reinforces New Delhi's view that China's rise is a direct challenge to its sovereignty. The competition on land fuels the contest at sea, making the Indian Ocean a critical arena for both powers. China's influence spreads not just through its navy, but via a vast and growing network of ports constructed under the ambitious Belt and Road Initiative. These ports are more than just commercial gateways. They are strategic assets that serve Beijing's long-term geopolitical interests, connecting continents and reshaping global trade routes. Known as the String of Pearls, these ports stretch from Gwadar in Pakistan to Djibouti in Africa, forming a chain of Chinese footholds along critical maritime corridors. Their development has sparked international debate, as many analysts worry about their potential dual-use capabilities, serving both commercial shipping and future Chinese naval operations. By establishing logistical access points across the Indian Ocean, China is able to project power far beyond its shores, extending its strategic reach deep into what has traditionally been considered India's sphere of influence. These ports act as vital links in China's global supply chain, but also as potential staging grounds for military activity. The Hambantota port in Sri Lanka stands out as a striking example. After Sri Lanka struggled to repay Chinese loans, the port was handed to China on a 99-year lease. This episode is often cited as a cautionary tale of debt-trap diplomacy, where economic dependence can translate into strategic leverage. For India, the presence of Chinese-controlled ports so close to its coastline is a major security concern. These facilities could potentially be used to monitor Indian naval movements or even support Chinese military operations in the region. These ports blur the line between economic development and military ambition, intertwining China's commercial interests with its strategic goals. This dual-purpose approach challenges India's traditional influence and raises questions about the future balance of power in the Indian Ocean. China's patient, calculated strategy is to secure vital trade routes and, if necessary, gain leverage over key maritime choke points like the Malacca Strait. Control over these arteries would give Beijing significant sway over global commerce and energy flows. In response, India is ramping up investment in its own port infrastructure, strengthening regional partnerships, and maintaining a robust naval presence. By doing so, India aims to safeguard its interests, ensure open sea lanes, and counterbalance China's expanding maritime footprint. The US, India, and China's rivalry extends to economics, especially rare earth elements vital for modern tech and defense. China's near monopoly on rare earths gives it powerful leverage, as seen when it restricted exports to Japan in 2010. Both the US and India are working to diversify supply chains and reduce dependence on China. This means exploring new deposits, investing in processing, and partnering with resource-rich countries like Australia. Securing access to these materials is now as crucial as naval power. The rare earths issue highlights how economic security is central to national power. Shared concerns over supply chain risks are driving deeper US-India cooperation. Shared concerns over China's rise have forged a powerful US-India strategic partnership. Both democracies are committed to a stable, rules-based Indo-Pacific order. The US now sees India as a major defense partner and anchor in the region. Their cooperation extends beyond the seas, including joint efforts in the Middle East and new economic corridors. Military ties are stronger than ever, with joint exercises, intelligence sharing, and advanced US defense equipment boosting India's capabilities. This partnership is rooted in shared values: democracy, rule of law, and respect for sovereignty. Both nations are wary of authoritarian powers rewriting global rules. Together, they're shaping a consequential alliance for the 21st century. Despite strong strategic logic, the US-India partnership faces hurdles, especially the say-do gap between ambitious goals and slow implementation. Bureaucratic delays, like those in joint defense projects, risk undermining progress. India's legacy dependence on Russian military hardware is another challenge, though it's steadily shrinking. For future technologies, India's focus is shifting toward the US and Western partners. India's growing maritime role is indispensable for Indo-Pacific security. As a resident naval power and democracy, India brings unique legitimacy to upholding a rules-based order. The challenges are tactical, not strategic. The core interests remain aligned. By deepening its partnerships and naval capabilities, India is helping shape a more stable, prosperous, and free region.